Well, let me just say this is a whole lot different from The Sound of Silence. Hi, everyone. I'm returning to a band which I have listened to before. I've never listened to one of their originals. This is Disturbed, and I listened to their cover of Simon and Garfunkel's The Sound of Silence. And if you saw that reaction and first listen experience, you know that I really enjoyed it and I appreciated what they did with it. But I've never listened to something of their own creation, so that's what I get to do today. Down with the Sickness is one of Disturbed's best-known songs and is a concert staple, usually played as the last song. This was Disturbed's first single to be certified platinum in the United States by the Recording Industry Association of America. The song was certified 8 times platinum by the RIAA on January 17, 2025. That was just a few days ago from the time I'm recording this. Well, let me just say this is a whole lot different from The Sound of Silence. I remember the voice, though.
Broken, your servant I name. Will you give it to me? It seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly violently it changes. Oh no, there is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon, the enemy. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it go into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside you, the sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give it to me? It seems you're...
You know, I actually like the way that this song is using 2 different voices representing 2 different characters, and he's doing a great job of setting those 2 characters with a different voice vocally. And I like that. In some ways, it reminds me of the challenges that one faces in, let's say, a song by Schubert, Erlkönig, which is Schubert's setting of Goethe's poem by the same name, and it has the challenge of actually 3 different voices, and the singer has to come up with 3 different voices. But I'm hearing a really great distinction between the 2 voices, the 2 characters in this song as it's progressing, and I'm enjoying that.
Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give it to me? It seems you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes. Oh, now the world is a scary place now that you've woken up the demon, the enemy. Get up, come on, get down with the
Actually, that's quite a disturbing piece of music by The Disturbed. And yeah, some pretty heavy duty topics handled in there. It could probably be explored a bit to see I mean, this last bit where it's referencing parental abuse, it kind of shifts the whole story, because at first, the first half, I felt like it was talking more about our own choices to allow others to influence how we respond, and the inner demon, so to speak, that wants to rise up in hatred, and will we give in to that? And then it shifted, and this last portion kind of changes the whole thing. And I feel like that there are at least two ways that we could take it. One is, and probably what comes as being the most face value, the most obvious way of interpreting this song, would be to say that this is a song about the damage that is done by parents who abuse their children, and the way in which that parent is responsible for very possibly creating an evil personality in their child. That is an important topic, and I feel like this song very pointedly addresses that. But then there's another way of taking it too, which I'm just now working through in my mind as I'm listening and checking to see if it makes sense. And that is, what if we take this mommy figure as figurative, as part of what is within ourselves, and the more an expression of the battle that we have within ourselves when we are trying to choose between living in hatred and responding to something with hatred, or if we're going to choose a different path. And I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to explore that way of interpreting it as well. And perhaps there are other valid interpretations and ways of applying this to the world, to life, to our experience, as an artistic expression, which challenges us in ways that aren't always pleasant to explore. But we have to recognize that we all have this potential within us to allow the demon of hatred to rise up and take over our lives, or as it says here, will you give in to me? Will you give in to me? Well, as much as I enjoyed their cover of The Sound of Silence, I can't say that I really love this kind of music. I'm sure those of you who follow me regularly are not surprised by that, because you've gotten a sense of what feels good to me, what is comfortable to my ears, to my and what my listening music preferences are. But this is another piece of music where I feel like, as much as I don't love it, it certainly has some valid points to make, and does so in a way that makes us face them, whether we are comfortable facing them or not. And that is one of the important roles that artistic expression serves in a healthy, functioning society, and that is to call us to look at our inner demons, to call us to examine ourselves and see, are we choosing the right path? And taking this question, will you give in to me? Will you become hatred? Will you do that? Regardless of what has triggered that hatred, will you give in to it? I think that's an important question for us today, when the world is so charged with hatred in so many ways, from so many directions, and this song gives us a sound of that anger and pain and bitterness and hatred that can well up within us. And are we going to give into it? Or are we going to choose a better way? Are we going to choose to not contribute to the hatred that is in this world, but to contribute something that has the potential to diminish the hatred, to send it back where it belongs, and not let it take over the world, much less take over us. And that, I think, is the message that I feel is most urgent and most powerful within this piece of music. So that was my first time listening to something created by Disturbed. And as I said, they seem to have a very good ability to disturb us in a way that makes us sit up and pay attention and start thinking and exploring, examining these questions. That was Down with the Sickness. I'm sure I will be returning to them in the future to see, is this their standard musical style? Obviously, they're capable of doing something like The Sound of Silence, which is a whole different feel, and maybe they have some other styles and musical moods and messages as well. I would love to explore and see what they have in the future, so I'm sure that will be coming, and I'll see you soon.